Coming up on the show tonight, we look at highlights from last weekend following the AFC Motorcycle Sidecar Best Pairs and, of course, the Manawatu Saloon Champs. We catch up with Daniel Burmeister. He's the reigning Stockcar Champion, and we also look at last season's Manawatu Stockcar Champs. William Humphries joins us. He's got a brand new car. He's the reigning Superstock Champ. And time we look back on last season's Manawatu Superstock Champs. Time to check out highlights from last weekend featuring the AFC Motorcycle Sidecar Best Pairs and the Manawatu Saloon Champs.
As the mini sprint feature roared into life, Regan Ogle wasted no time blasting the 5S straight to the front and immediately putting daylight between himself and the field. Behind him, Daniel Nicol and Bronson Pierce duelled early before Glenn McCutcheon and the 2NZ joined the fight, turning the battle for the podium into a three-car war. Lap after lap, Nichols defends ferociously while McCutcheon looks for every opening, but out front, Ogle was a class of his own, slicing through traffic and stretching to almost half a lap clear. As the laps wind down, the order stabilises. Ogle it is, powers home to cap off a dominant night in the mini sprints. The modified feature gets underway with Jason Kalin launching perfectly from pole and charging straight into the early lead. When the opening laps are frantic as Sheldon Adapeti, Jacob Free and Aidan Crawford go three wide in the mid-pack, while up front Gorge begins to apply pressure. Mid-race caution resets the field and suddenly this feature explodes into life. Jason Kalin fires around the outside to reclaim command, with Braith switching to the top line and surging to second in a stunning move. The Kalin pairing begin to check out, controlling the field with pace and precision as the laps wind down. Behind them, Gorge fights hard to hold on to third, while Dykstra and Hatter battle over the minors. In the end, Jason Kalin proves unstoppable, driving away to claim the modified feature in style. Feature results saw 12S Jason Kalin take the win from 9GM Braith Kalin and 121A Newton Gorge in third. The stock car feature roared into life with defending Manawatu champion Daniel Burmeister launching cleanly from pole and immediately setting into rhythm out front. Chaos erupted behind him as Aki Hatapu, Brendan Rees and several others tangled early, but Burmeister stayed composed and worked lap traffic with precision. Josh Mulcahy kept the pressure on throughout mid-race stages, while New Zealand champion Caleb Island climbed into third, slicing past cars in heavy traffic. With 3 to go, Burmeister had the field covered, stretching a comfortable gap before cruising home to a dominant feature win, scoring the max double points on the night. The feature results saw Daniel Burmeister in the 172P take the win from 48P Josh Mulcahy and a 1NZ from Hawke's Bay Caleb Island in third. The Superstock feature exploded into action off a standing start as Josh Prentice grabbed the early advantage and Ethan Rees right on his bumper. A huge moment unfolded when Peter Rees clipped the pit gate and Byron Rowlands later slammed the wall hard but kept the throttle buried. Up front, Ethan and Prentice traded pace as Brad McGee closed in to turn the lead into a three-way war. Ethan Rees worked lap traffic to perfection, threading through Porky and the back markers before taking control in the final laps. Gee chased hard and Prentice fought to hang on, but Ethan Rees was unstoppable on the night, storming away to the feature win. Feature results saw 127G Ethan Rees take the win from 96G Brad McGee and third place 5G Josh Prentice. Heat 1 of the AFC Motorcycles Sidecar Best Pairs burst into life as Rob Miller and Jackson Hannon launch off the start and instantly take control of the race. Meanwhile, Craig Bowler and Kayla Meehan worked the mid-track line trying to close the gap, while Matt Stewart and Nick Dunn settle into third in their first outing together this season. Miller keeps the pressure on, he sweeps under the white flag and powers that last lap home to seal a commanding opening ride. Original results of 8P Rob Miller and Jackson Hannon taking the win from 27P Craig Bowler and Kayla Meehan and 7P Matt Stewart Nick Dunn in third. Heat 2 launches with a sharp getaway from the 13P bike, but it's Sam Carter on the 32 who dives underneath and instantly takes control of the race. Behind him, 13P Willie Jensen fights to hold on to second as Lance Beats applies the pressure and works his way through. Glenn Murray also moving forward after a wide moment early on. Carter stretches clear, dominating the run to the flag, while the battle behind shuffles right to the final corner. The provisional results, 32P Sam Carter and Martin Domper took the win from second place 33P Lance Beats and Harley Simmons, and third place 21P Glenn Murray and Josh Henderson. Heat 3 launches with the 34V bike Aaron Rose, Nigel Sturgeon exploding off the line to take control into turn 1, immediately chased by Wayne and Max Lett on the 89P as they look for a way through. Wingnut on the 5P settles into third as the front two begin to tighten the battle, swapping lines lap after lap. The 34V machine stays low and composed, fending off every challenge before sweeping under the checkered flag and holding strong to the line for a determined victory. Heat 3 results had 34V Aaron Rose and Nigel Sturgeon take the win from second place 89P Wayne and Max Lett and third place 5P Wingnut and Sam McNaughton. Heat 4 blasted into action with Craig Bowler getting the early jump on the 27B bike, but Aaron Rose fires the 34V Around the outside in a massive move to hit the front. Rob Miller in the 8P wastes no time carving through the pack, first sliding under Bowler before setting his sights on Rose as the lead trio run wheel to wheel. The white flag comes out and Miller makes a decisive inside pass, snatching the advantage and charging home for a brilliant late race victory. Heat 4 results saw Rob Miller and Jackson Hannon on the 8P bike take the win. From second place, 34V, Aaron Rose and Nigel Sturgeon. P7B, Craig Bowler and Caleb Ian coming home third. Heat 5 gets underway with the 89P bike of Wayne and Max Lett blasting around the outside to snatch the early lead. Stretching clear as the opening lap settles. Behind them on the 33B bike, Lance Beats moves into second with a clean inside pass, while Sam Carter on the 32P keeps the pressure on but can't quite make the move stick. The 89P remains flawless out in front, collecting the white flag and cruising home for a commanding win to close out the heat. Heat 4 results saw 89P Wayne and Max Lett take the win. From second place, 33B Lance Beats and Harley Simmons. Third place, 32P Sam Carter and Martin Domper. Heat 6 fires into life with Matt Stewart and Nick Dunn launching the 7P straight through the middle to grab the early advantage. They waste no time stretching the gap as the chasing pack sorts itself out. Behind them, Willie Jensen works the 13P bike hard, searching for a way past, but out in front, it's all Stewart and Dunn controlling every corner and charging home for a dominant victory in the 6th heat. Heat 6 results, 7P Matt Stewart and Nick Dunn took the win. From the second place, 13P William Rob Jensen, and the third place, the 73P Barry Smith and Blair Meyer. Heat 7 gets underway and Wayne and Max once again make no mistake, blasting the 89P bike off the line and instantly checking out from the field. Wingnut on the 5P settles into second as the chasing pack tightens up behind him, and Lance Beats on the 33B bike pushes hard, dives to the inside and grabs the position as the laps wind down. White flag waves and the 89P machine remains untouchable, cruising home for another strong win, round out their night's racing. Heat 7 results had 89P Wayne and Max take the win. From second place, 33B Lance Beats and Harley Simmons, and in third place, 5P Wingnut and Sam McNaughton. As Heat 8 gets underway, and it's Glenn Murray that makes the best jump off the gate 1, but Aaron Rose and Nigel Sturgeon charge through and sweep into the lead as the field settles into formation. Behind them, Matt Stewart and Nick Dunn work their way forward, picking up spots as the laps wind down. The 34V bike machine, though, controls the pace from the front, holds tight through the final corner and dives home to cement another strong finish for the pairing. Heat 8 results saw 34V Aaron Rose and Nigel Sturgeon take the win. From 21P Glenn Murray and Josh Henderson, and 7P Matt Stewart and Nick Dunn coming home in third. The 9th and final heat gets underway with Craig Bowler and Caleb Ian firing the 27 off the line and taking the command into turn 1. Rob Miller on the 8 bike sweeps around the outside to grab second, while Sam Carter settles into third on the 32P bike. As the front trio spread themselves out, it keeps the pace strong, fending off any late charge from the 8P bike, and controls the final lap to lock down a solid finish as the rounds wrap up. Results for Heat 9 had 27B Craig Bowler and Caleb Ian take the win. From 8P Rob Miller and Jackson Hannon, and third place 32P Sam Carter and Martin Domper. The AFC Motorcycles Sidecar Best Pairs have been crowned, and the winners were 89P Wayne and Max Lett pairing up with the 7P Matt Stewart and Nick Dunn take the title in a 1-point victory over the second place pairings of the 27B Craig Bowler and Caleb Ian paired up with 33B Lance Beats and Harley Simmons. Rounding out the podium in third, 8P Rob Miller and Jackson Hannon alongside their pairing 13P Willie and Rob Jensen, securing their spot with a solid run across all heats. Saloons had their Manawatu Champs, and Heat 1 got off to a wild start as Craig Korf and Dan Hull made contact down the grandstand straight in the 8S into the wall, enforcing an early yellow. Once the field regrouped, Hull led them back to the green, Bradley Korf holding the outside line and Hull searching for a way underneath. Behind them, Shane Laking settled into third as the race developed into a multi-lane battle to the mid-pack, with Ashley King, Amy Eckersley and young Ella Hislop all dicing for positions. As the laps wound down, late race yellow set up a dramatic 2-lap shootout, and when they went green for the final time, Clayton Moore charged forward from deep in the grid, while Bradley Korf launched the winning move, holding strong on the high line. Bradley Korf sealed the deal and powered to the checkered flag in a dramatic finish to Heat 1. The provisional Heat 1 results saw 86S Bradley Korf take the win. From second place, Shane Laking 23P, and third place, 34W Amy Eckersley. 86S Bradley Korf was further relegated 2 spots for the last lap incident, the 22W of Dan Holt, dropping him back to third place. Saloon Heat 2 blasted into life with Clayton Moore charging off the front row and immediately taking control of the race. As the field funnels into turn 1, Mike Denham sweeps around the outside to slot into second before John O'Mason begins to carve his way through the pack, working the high line to stunning effect climb from 14th on the grid. Behind the leaders, Ashley King and Amy Eckersley ignite their ongoing rivalry, trading elbows and positions as they both work past Wayne Melling, while Dan Hull and Shane Laking battle deeper in the pack. Out front, Moore comes under heavy pressure as Mason closes rapidly, drawing alongside multiple times, even nudging the back of the 7P as they thunder into turn 1. The white flag flag waves and Mason makes one final bid, switching high then low in a desperate last corner dive, but Moore hangs on, winning by just 2,000ths of a second in a breathtaking photo finish, one of the closest of the season. Heat 2 results saw 7p Clayton Moore take the win from 81p John O'Mason, and third place the 8p of Mike Denham. The Manawatu Saloon Championship final rolls to the line for 15 laps winner take all, and from the moment the green flag drops, it's Amy Eckersley who launches perfectly from the outside, sweeping around Clayton Moore and taking command of the race. Moore tucks into second with Ashley King right behind, while mid-pack chaos begins to unfold as drivers vie early for track position. Up front, Eckersley settles into a smooth rhythm, keeping a controlled margin as Moore tries to fend off King, who searches both high and low while keeping the pressure on the 7p. As the laps build, Korf reaches the lead group and turns the race into a 4-car battle. King and Moore briefly come together exiting 4, opening the door for Korf to slice through both of them in a single bold move. Now up to second, Korf begins closing rapidly on Eckersley, reeling her in by half a second per lap. His 86S Saloon carries huge momentum. With 3 laps to go, Korf finally arrives on the rear bumper of the 34W and executes the move for the lead, just before a late caution flies for debris, bunching the entire field. The restart sets up a dramatic sprint to the finish as Korf fires away immediately, leaving Eckersley and Moore to settle for the final podium spots behind him. Moore launches a last lap challenge on Eckersley, trying the inside, then switching to the high line while King looks to join the fight, but Eckersley holds firm under pressure. Front, Korf is long gone. He powers out of turn 4 to claim the Manawatu Saloon Championship. The provisional result saw 86S Bradley Korf take the win in the title, from second place 34W Amy Eckersley and third place 7p Clayton Moore. The 15-lap Manawatu title was early dominated from the 34W Amy Eckersley. She was chased down by 86S Bradley Korf, who powered away to win in convincing style. 7p Clayton Moore completed the podium, but a standout performance came from 4p Stu Sowry, double duties in both the Saloon and the Superstock on the night.
Manawatu Stockcar Champs on the horizon, only days away. Daniel Burmeister is the defending champion. Daniel, this meeting, are you planning to go into it any differently than any other meeting?
Not really. Most meetings, turn up with the aim to win. So you always have the car prepared as good as you can and set your mind for it and see what happens.
All right, well, the season so far, I want to ask you just briefly before we get into the championship side of it, the dash for cash. The last 50 metres, was that planned, or how much of it was planned and how much of it was like?
It was sort of planned. It's quite hard this year. Last year, there's always been 3 or 4 cars that step above in pace, and this year it seems like you can throw a blanket over 10 or 12.
Yeah.
So being around them the whole night, it was quite tough to even get that far up in the qualifying.
Yeah.
And after the first one, I lined up, I think it was 4th, and I thought, oh, this is no good on the outside, so didn't mind dropping a spot in the next one to 5th, so I lined up on the inside line to try and make a couple moves in the first corner, and then I didn't really had too much of a gap to make anything happen, and I just sort of held and hoped that they would tangle over each other, and
they did?
Yeah, sort of got to the last corner, and they sort of defended each other's line, and I just thought, here's your chance to try. So I was either going to get 3rd or last or 1st, and it just worked out.
Tell me firstly, for those that aren't too familiar with the car, the 172, very familiar here, where did it come from?
My mate Matt Phippen, he sort of seen the way Keegan Levine went in his new Rees, and it was pretty much like mine, just modern, and we thought, should we get one each? So we just bit the bullet and done it. That was 2019.
Yep.
It was brand new, and it's been a game changer for me since then. It's way more comfortable, way more newer. I've tried different things over the last few years to modernise it that little bit more, and I've actually sort of gone back to how it was when I got it new, and it's how I feel most comfortable in it. Sort of everyone's got the same power coming out of their motors, no matter who builds them these days.
Yeah.
I like Chad's, it's good and reliable when he can't not give me good service, so stick where you go.
Because the thing with stock car racing, you've got to get that happy balance between winning or going out to get as many laps as you can, but also it's a contact sport.
Yeah, it happens real fast. You don't really realise how many times you check your gauges, look in the mirror and see what's happening half a lap ahead all in 1 second.
Yeah.
But you sort of, after the years of it, you get the gist and make it work, really.
Yeah.
Just happens without you realising.
The obvious question I'm going to ask you, I want to ask you about the party lights, because when that appeared, That was a great source of amusement to everybody.
I don't know. I've been to quite a few conferences now for the SNZ side of things for the track, and I see rules that get voted in that are stupid and that, and I sort of always thought there's no rule for lights other than you're not allowed a red or an orange light on your dash. So I thought, I might put them underneath and see what happens.
So you got a wee switch on the dash?
Yeah, got a switch. I turn it on when it's dark for the third race.
Yep.
Pay the refs. So one of the refs here don't like it. The clerk of the course don't like it. Puck loves it. He says it's all about the show. I think there's some processes in place at the moment. SNZ aren't too happy, but sort of one of those things. If they don't nip this in the bud, where's the rule going to go? But
exactly.
At the moment, we'll just use it while we can.
Is there anything with stock cars that you think needs to be changed?
There's always things that people think need to be changed, and I might have my perspective on a few things, but yeah, it's all moving in the way the world's going, and it's sort of got to be seen to be trying to act to be safer, and the flat tyre rule, for example.
Yep.
You got to look like they're trying. That's been voted back out many a times, and they'll put it back in over health and safety. So you can think this needs changing, it needs changing and that, but at the end of the day, you're flogging a dead horse against health and safety.
Well, the Manawatu Champs are on. I know you've been on the podium before. You're the current champion. You've got to qualify is always the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. Looking at the entry list that came out the other day, there's a decent amount of cars on it. So if it's running like the Robin Pratt, you've got to have one decent good race.
Yep.
And hopefully you get in the top 12. If it's 2 qualifying races, just piece 2 good races together and keep the night flowing on from there.
How important is it to maintain and defend the title? Is it one of the most important?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, really, to be your local track champion.
Yep.
It's I think this is if I'm on the podium again this year, it'll be the 6th year in a row, 5th or 6th year in a row.
They've done pretty well.
Yeah, had a third, second, first, second, third, first.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
What are your plans for the season as far as the stock car is concerned?
Every local meeting that isn't contradicting with an out-of-town one, but at this stage we're heading to New Zealand, that's all booked. It's only a month after my child's here, so I don't really want to spend too many. I'm down for Teams Invasion here in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I do look forward to that. We've got a good lineup of guys to choose from this year, so we could have a good team go Rotorua, but yeah, it just sort of depends how everything's tracking at the time, money-wise and everything.
The preference between out-and-out racing and teams, if you had a choice, and you're going to do one?
Oh, everyone says teams racing. I do love teams racing. It's fun and it's a good buzz, but yeah, I find nothing wrong with decent individual racing too.
Yeah.
It's sort of,
thinking is different?
Yeah, definitely different. You're going out in a teams race knowing you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
That takes a lot to get over for a lot of people.
Yep.
Get your head around, but no, it's fun because you go out there and crash and you don't have people cry because that's what you're there for.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a good part about it.
The presentation of the car for you obviously is important. You always rock up with it looking pretty immaculate.
Yeah, it's something I try to pride myself on is a nice, tidy looking car.
Yeah.
The more you tidy it up, clean it, look after it, you notice things that go wrong.
Yeah.
People that turn up their car still half dirty really haven't checked their car over properly, have they?
No, they haven't.
They haven't seen bolts that are bent and broken. So.
The Manawatu Champs is one that you're certainly going to try and do. The New Zealand's is completely different again because you've got different numbers, you've got the qualifying, but major numbers to qualify. And then you've got to get those points up.
Yeah, that's a different ballgame. If you qualify there, that's just sort of an achievement in itself, knowing you're in the top 30 in the country in one race. Here we race with 10, 15 decent cars, which is a good help to us every week when we go to those championships. Some tracks struggle to have 5 real good cars. So it's a little less daunting for us now with such a good field. But yeah, to make them finals fields is quite an achievement.
Well, mate, the Manawatu Stockcar Champs is up. You've done it before, a couple of times. You're the reigning champion. Wish you all the very, very best. Appreciate your time and good luck for the racing.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
There he is, Daniel Burmeister. He's 172P. He's the current Manawatu Stockcar Champion. He's going to go for it again. Will he appear on the podium? I think there's every chance, but we'll find out on the weekend.
Get the green, great job there by Poe on the grid set up there, and it's Hunter Doretta that gets us underway. Brendan Tighe just washing a wee bit wide, and Prescott could have a run on the outside. The 175 is a tussle in the mid-back, and Fletcher Hoskins gets spun there a wee bit. Looks like Mulcahy. We got one spun up the far end, one's hanging through the wall there. Although, pushing to the inside of Rees. We've got Dion Mooney up and over the top of Rees. Brendan Rees manages to get the 11P back on track. Mooney so close to going around. Lemon took advantage there. Spins the 6V. Saw him think about it, and then he had a lunge. Metcalf now up into third. Ty's gone wide. Almost into the park. Then Gormans tags him, and over he goes. You can see that one coming. Prescott leads it from Derrida, Metcalf, Rowe, Trent James hunting down Brendan Ty, both KB Cowboys next week. The 669 and the 156 gets the better of the 669. Prescott, though, out in front, is going to get the white flag this time round. The 175 as we lose the 174 of Learmonth to the infield. Right rear's gone. White flag out, one to run for Prescott. And Derrida, they start the front row together. Oh, Metcalf's been tagged and he goes round in the last lap. You're joking. Sitting in third. Rowe with nowhere to go. Can he fire the 226 up in time? Not to be. Prescott's going to take the checker. Derrida in second. Rowe home for third, the 3NZ. It's going to be Trent James at the line. 9/100ths of a second over Wade McNabb. Josh Mulcahy. 12 lapper. Heat 2 Manawatu Stockcar Champs. We get the green. Look at them try and dive to the inside. Prescott had a look and he's slotted back in line and he's pushed them wide. And the 175 could get a couple of passes here, I think. But it's going to be Brendan Rees and Cameron Renwick being chased down by Daniel Burmeister. Adam Maybe. Learmonth. Oh, Prescott's gone round the 175. Burmeister on the back of the 11. Pushes the 11 in the 76. Goes up the inside. Big push here through mid-pack. Kyle Rowe up the inside now of Derrida. Derrida to the outside of Brendan Ty. The 172's your leader. Looks to the inside of the 48. 76 of Renwick is in second. 172 your race leader. 10 laps down. 2 laps to go. Second heat of the Manawatu title. And of course Burmeister with a 7th place in heat 1. It's white flag time, 1 to run for Burmeister. He's been protected there by his Puma teammate there. 48, Mulcahy. And Burmeister should have a good run to the line here. The 172 will take the win. Jared Davis loses another spot in the last corner. Burmeister takes the win from Renwick, Brittany Carpenter. We got Mitch Lockett, Trent James. We get the green. Carpenter off and gone. Mitchell Lockett in behind. Dion Mooney's going to run a bit of shotgun, I would think, here for our Wanganui visitor. Jared Davis in check here. Fletcher Hoskins gets spun up. Burmeister's gone round. The 172 spins it up. Prescott's on the pole line. Now Burmeister's trying to get it back on track. Jared Davis fires Mooney out the way. Mooney's coming back for a hook here on the Davis car. Who's Prescott waiting for here? Lets Burmeister through. Moves wide. Great drive here. Prescott. Is he going to turn it on? He runs to the corner. Carpenter will know that Prescott's looking in line and wait. She gets put to the wall. The 85G gone. Mitch Lockett now. Comes up on Prescott. Prescott's got the 52V. Jared Davis goes through to the lead. Mooney's chasing down Davis. Is Mooney going to put a move on here? No, he isn't. Kyle Rowe up into third. Trent James in behind. Trent James is going to make a move. We've got both McNabbs on the pole line. Davis is hauling out in the lead. Mooney in second. Then we go back to Trent James. Oh, McNabb's picked up Trent James and he fires himself in hard. Davis is the leader. Prescott lets him through. Goes back to work on Carpenter. Rowe's been caught up here with Pye and Rowe goes round. The defending champion. Look at the back straight. Mooney's had the bonnet driven over by Mitch Lockett. Jared Davis, your race leader. McNabb's on the pole line. Oh, Prescott's gone after Ella Robertson. He's got her up. Oh, he's got her over. Ella Robertson. She scratched the body. Trent James, it's still his title here. The 156. Although, where's he disappeared? Oh, no, we've got a lead change here. Renwick's got the title now. If Burmeister gets in front, he has, we could have a three-way runoff. No, Trent James lost a couple. White flag's out. 1 to run. It's Burmeister's title. if he can get by Cowrie. Daniel Burmeister needs to pass one more car. Prescott's still playing with Pye. Burmeister's got to make a pass. He has, but so is Renwick. It's a drag to the line. Davis takes the win. Burmeister finishes ahead of Renwick. We have got a run-off. Right, Burmeister on pole. Renwick to the outside.
Renwick in front of him, turn him around.
Well, they're stuck together now.
Not for long. 72 Daniel.
Burmeister's off and gone.
He's got to go now.
Yep, well and truly now. Renwick's going to have to chase. Burmeister had a run-off with Taylor Lamp here for the title. And won it. He's looking for a second title. What was a horrid king of the arena where he didn't qualify. One to go. Burmie's looking for a second Manawatu title. It's been shared between himself and Kyle Rowe for the last 4 years.
It's half a lap, and he's got it.
And Burmeister to the flag takes his second Manawatu title and his fifth podium in 5 years. Cameron Renwick finishes up second.
Manawatu Stockcar Champs coming up in the next few days. The Manawatu Superstocks are also coming out for a bit of a play. Well, the man who's leading the charge at the moment, the reigning champion, is William Humphries. William, a new car. You've been working frantically on it, I know, over the last few weeks. Tell us about it. What's new?
Yeah, well, it's a brand new build we're going to be bringing out for the Manawatu Champs. Will be the first night for it. We've pretty much changed everything. We've tried a lot of new stuff in it, moved weights around drastically, a lot of new suspension things, just a whole lot of things, and yeah, I hope everything's going to work. It all works in my head, so hopefully it works on the track.
When you were building the car, did you say the next car I'm going to build, I'm going to do A, B, and C, or did it just come along as the build progressed?
Well, I fully had the build planned out before I started it. Through all computer work and everything, and just a lot of last couple of years in my old car, I did a lot of trial and error and just played with bits and pieces and figured out what worked and what didn't, and then figured out the direction we're heading, and then went to the extreme on the new one.
But with the new stuff, the additional stuff, the new stuff, is it trial and error?
Tried it in the old car as far as we could try it in the old car, as in adding rear weight, left weight, arm angles, and just like weight balance and everything, and we went as far as we could on the old car, and now the new one's just got to double that again.
So the engine in the new Superstock?
Yeah, so we got a new HRB built by Tom Hughes, brand new Toyota. So that'll be definitely, what the numbers it's putting out are exciting, so it'll be exciting to drive. Well, he's been leading the charge over the last couple of years of these Toyotas, and the stuff he's doing and how much of a perfectionist he is in his work is always, it always gives you a good confidence.
How do you prepare for the champs? I mean, do you look at the meeting any differently than just a normal individual night?
Not really, just kind of go into it. This year's a bit different. It's more just going in there, focusing on the new car, whether it was a Manawatu Champs or a club night, would still be going into it exactly the same, just being brand new, just making sure everything works, and we'll still be going for it. And
I was talking to one of the Stockcar guys, and he said that the weird thing about these type of championships, not only are you looking ahead, you're having a quick look behind you and thinking, can I pass this guy on the right? Is it going to be safe to do so?
You kind of learn everyone's driving style and what drivers you got to be wary of as well. Some you're sweet to go around, some you got to think twice, some you got to move out of the way and get inside.
Yeah.
Move them hard enough that they can't come back at you the next corner.
Yeah.
So you're always thinking about that, and looking forward, looking back. You're probably looking out the back, looking backwards more than you are looking forward, to be honest.
Yeah. And of course, the dumb thing is tyres. I mean, a number of cars that have been out in front and pulled in with flat tyres.
Yeah, so you got the flat tyres and the Superstocks as well. You also, if they're 15 lap races, you also got to look after the tyre a bit as well. As start going off the last couple, the hosiers just start going off as they get pretty hot.
It's an interesting expression when you say going off. What exactly does that mean?
Just overheating them because it's only a small tyre and they've got quite a bit of power, especially when the track goes slick. So you overheat them and they just you just start losing grip as the race goes on.
The season has only just started. This is going to be the first run for your new car. What are the plans for the Super during the season?
We're going to do all the big championships, the North Islands, Grand Prix, New Zealand's, team meetings. We're a little bit late to start, but we're planning on having a big season, a good crack at it with the new car.
Yeah. Now, Panthers, we've talked about this in the past. There's going to be shall we say, a bit of a hit out in the next 2 or 3 weeks with a sort of a local sort of version. What you thinking?
Yeah, so we'll be doing that. We'll see how the new car goes because there'll be one meeting under the belt before that. So depending on how confident we are in the cars, whether we race that one or we drag out one of the pom ones or whatever. So we'll make a plan there after the first meeting. It's put so many hours into the new one, don't know if I want to scratch it.
Are the rules changing? Are there things that you would like to be able to do that you can't do at the moment?
Superstock rules, there hasn't really been any changes for quite a while. And it's working, it's creating close racing, it's so even out there, it's quite a controlled class. It's real open, the class of the chassis wise and suspension wise, but we're all on the same tyre and all got the same horsepower and that, so it's actually a very controlled class and it's actually good controlled racing.
Well, mate, the Superstock title is coming up. Are you going to make any sort of real differences in your approach?
In theory, it should be all good, everything's brand new, so
yeah.
Hopefully nothing lets us down, but yeah, as long as we do all the bolts up tight and nothing falls off, we should be good to go.
And of course, the best of the luck to qualifying anyway. What else do you need to be on the podium? A good car and a bit of luck going your way.
Pretty much.
That's really what
hopefully
it's all
I'm not too rusty, haven't raced this season yet.
Yeah. William Humphries, he is the current Superstock champ. Will he be on the podium again on Saturday night? We'll find out. Last season's Manawatu Superstock Champs. Let's cast our mind back and see what happened. Sitting in the second place. Nothing like a bunch of Superstocks pouring off. Few of them have gone over the grass, 3 of them on the grass. David Ward halfway through it, playing the same time straight. Well back, one time, the car. Red William sitting in second place. Daniel Burmeister out in second place. Here's the car, sitting in first place. Burmeister putting out a great performance, leading Heat 1 of the Manawatu Superstock title, but he's getting pressure. Looks like William Humphries has gone through. He's taken over the lead, 172 now. He's sitting in second place. Last lap, and he's got it. William Humphries, 94, second with Brad Hewlett, Jaden Ward, third. They the first 3.
Run there from B-Type, gets the jump away, Trent James in behind, Jaden Ward going out wide there, the 97P as Burmeister now sneaks up the inside of Trent James to second. Oh, we got one hanging through the wall and that's Ron Ty. Out in front though, it is Brendan Ty and Daniel Burmeister doing everything he can to try and get to the rear of Trent James. He looked to the inside, he's gone a bit wide now, could have opened the door for Jaden Ward. Ward has him out wide, and looks like Lowe's going to take advantage soon. No, Burmeister. Trent James has clipped himself round. Jaden Ward involved in that one, and David Lowe. They've all lost a whole lot of spots. The defending champion well down the back of the field now. Brendan Ty leads us through. Daniel Burmeister. They've got some laps tonight, haven't they? Got Brad McGee sitting there in second. These 12 lap heat races for the Manawatu title. Here we go. Now McGee takes his opportunity with Burmeister going a little bit offline. 172. Just a bit wide there. Now McGee starting to poke the nose in to take that second spot away from Burmeister. Regan Penn as well lying in wait. Burmeister's holding off McGee. Won't want to tangle both of them up. Now here comes Regan Penn, a part of it. Almost 3 wide. Burmeister loses a couple of spots there. McGee and Penn go through. And Burmeister's on the infield. So problems there. The right rear might have gone down, I think. White flag, 1 to go for Brendan Ty. He goes wide now. Can McGee pounce on that? Not to be. Brendan Ty leads Brad McGee on the last lap as Brad Eulenberg spins up and is on the infield. Is he going to to try and get back on track. We get the checker flag for Brendan Tighe. McGee in second, Bennett third. Brad Muhlenberg does get back on track. Green's on. They start the comments there. Adamson goes one side is there. Oh, Muhlenberg's been taken to the wall, courtesy of David Lowe. Ron Tighe is on the pole line. He's got Brodie James behind him. Ward in the back bumper of Tighe. Seals McGee at the same time. William Humphries was here. Clive Elliott's gone round. In front of Rebecca Barr. Brendan Tighe avoids it, but Scott Williams doesn't, and neither does Scott Duncan. Tighe battling away on this one, the 96W. Now, Ron Tighe. The pack's got to him, but he's missed everyone and wobbled his way to the wall. The 599. Here comes William Humphries, the 94 in the 5th spot. Burmeister's on the pole line. That opens the door. Adam Joblin as Regan Penn hesitates. The 172 going into bat for his club, and Regan Penn's gone round. Burmeister rolls back on track. Now Humphries. There's your points leader again. McGee goes wide, Humphries goes through. McGee not having a bar of Daniel Burmeister. Rebecca gets in the way though, the 34. William Humphries, if he finishes where he is, will win the title. Brad McGee possibly picking up a second here. One the wall the wrong way, that's I think Burmeister. There's Trent James down on the pole line, white flag, one to go for Adam Joblin. Jaden Ward in second. William Humphries in third. Ron Tighe, there's a few in the wall. Trent James gets put in the wall courtesy of Regan Penn and Brad Muhlenberg. And Jaden Ward's trying to help out somehow, but Adam Joblin takes the flag. William Humphries takes the title.
Let's check out the Travel Manager's Seasons Points update. And we roll into week 5 of the Travel Manager's Seasons Points chase. Points are awarded to the top 6 finishers in each eligible race. And this week, the classes earning points were Superstocks, Stock Cars, and the Mini Sprints. In the Superstocks, the competition continues to intensify, leading the way 10G Peter Rees on 40 points, with 89W Dale Robertson in second on 30 points, and 82S Hamish Booker holding third with 20. In the Stock Cars, 172P Daniel Burmeister continues to stretch his advantage, now out to 65 points. 48P Josh Mulcahy keeps the chase alive with 56 points, while 126G Asher Rees sits in third on 31 points. And in the mini sprints, consistency is proving crucial as 2NZP Glenn McCutcheon leads the class with 49 points. Just behind is 1NZS Carl Eulenberg on 44, followed by 18P Daniel Nickel with 39 points. That wraps up your Week 5 Travel Manager Seasons Points update. We'll be back next week to see who's rising, who's holding strong, and who's making the big move as the season rolls on. Until then, keep it fast, keep it fair, and keep it right on the clay.